Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT. I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice, married to an alcoholic addict.
That's for sure she is. It is 2021, and guess what we're doing? We are celebrating sobriety this year. That's going to be the theme of this whole year, okay? Celebrate sobriety, because it's nothing better to celebrate than being sober, right? Sober is the new cool. I think so anyway, and it's totally changed my life, understanding addiction. Tonight we're going to look at, is it okay to cry? Is it okay? Is it okay for a man to cry? What are the health benefits of crying? And we're also going to look at some Discord questions that are rather cool. What is the single most important thing somebody should do in early recovery? Think about that. The single most important thing? It's kind of a difficult question to unravel, but at 8:15, we will dive into the Discord question of the day. But let me tell you what we have to offer. This is Recovering Addict. I'm an alcohol addict. What does that mean? In my early 20s, I was a meth addict. I've played with all kinds of drugs my whole life, right? From the age of 15, my first cigarettes were like when I was 5 and 6, right? But when I started getting into heavy drugs, I messed with crank, crystal meth. I've done all the drugs. But two of them in particular really got me, right? Meth took me down in the early 2000s. I got a felony and I got locked up for a year, probation, the whole 9 yards. Was scared straight, got a job, started becoming responsible. And then later in life, not understanding what addiction is, I became an addict, actually an alcoholic. I started socially drinking. And within, 6-7 years, I was a fifth a night, blackout drunk. That was the goal for drinking for me, was to be blacked out and constantly drunk. I wasn't trying to cure a hangover. I was trying to stay drunk. And then I had to detox in a hospital, had to go to an IOP. I've been to two. I've gone through and completed 2 IOPs. I have gone through courses and got my peer support specialist, started this YouTube channel, and now we're growing a community to help people that need help. So what do we have to offer? We have this schedule I'm going to present to you right here. If I can find it. Right here. If you look on this schedule, this is the Recovering Addict community, and everything's in Mountain Standard Time. That's Utah time, okay? So our daily meetings, we have a 1 o'clock meeting. This is Mountain Standard, so do the math. And this is in the Discord, right there. Boop.
Boop. You're getting better at this.
Yeah, it's in the Discord. And then on Sunday, via Zoom, we have a spiritual Zoom at 6 o'clock. If you want to come and talk about higher powers, this is a place where it doesn't matter. If your higher power is a tissue box, a rock, a tree, the God of the Bible, the God of the Muslim faith, whatever, we just talk about it, right? We went through a philosophy book, and now we're into the Bible, and we just research it all, okay? And then following that on Sunday is Recovering Addict Live. Monday, we have recovery class. And let me tell you about this recovery class really quick here. If you can't afford an IOP, if you can't afford to get to rehab, or maybe you're just trying to figure it out and you can get into one, but it's going to take you 30 days or so. We offer classes that are going to teach you what you're going to get taught in an IOP, basically a fire hose worth of information. We're going to go through some basic processing things. We're not going to process, but just kind of show you an idea of what processing is in a group. We're going to look at life stories, drug use histories. We're going to dive into character defects. We're going to talk about cleaning out the house, closing your back doors. And along the way, we're going to go through the 12 steps. There's 12 classes, 2 a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's just going to repeat itself. So if you know anybody that needs to jump into that, let them know. Also, the hour following that is a recovery meeting, very similar to AA or NA, but it's recovery. So it's 2 hours, right? That day you can have a bunch of information and education via Zoom so we can talk about it. And then 8 o'clock, bam, it gets turns into a recovery meeting where you can just spill your guts. And then on Tuesdays, we got Recovering Addict Live at 8 o'clock, followed Wednesday by another recovery class and a recovery Zoom meeting, just like Mondays. And then Thursday, we have Recovering Addict Live as well. And this is where Jake comes in, and that's the show that Jake is doing. And he's going through a book right now called Connected Child. And then Friday, we have a recovery Zoom. So if you look, that's 6 days a week. I have to take Saturdays off because I got to watch out for my recovery too, right? So that's what we have to offer. If you got your phone out, take a screenshot. If you know how to hold both buttons at the same time, screenshot this and ready. 3, 2, 1. All right. So that's our schedule. That's what we have to offer. And that's what you can do to get involved in this community. You want to stay sober, get involved with people who are sober. If you don't have the means around you, you don't have the facilities locally, you don't have insurance, you don't have money, this is a place that's going to fill up 6 days of your week. I think I added it up. It's like at least 10 hours a week, get involved into face to face, just like right now. This next hour we're going to spend together. We're going to talk about recovery. We're going to talk about crying and emotions and getting healthy. And at the end of the hour, we're going to be sober, right? That's another hour. You can chit chat with people in the comments and get to meet new people. And where do you want to be? If you really want the meat of this place, right here's where you want to be. You want to go to the Discord. Join our Discord. That's where everybody really gets to know each other. I call it recovery in your pocket. That's where the daily 1 o'clock meeting is. Every single day, even Saturday at 1 o'clock, we have a meeting. We all just jump in there together. We read some literature and talk about recovery. What's going on in our hearts? How can we help each other? And that's basically, we're just people helping people. We recover better together. It's a communal thing. And we'll learn that through crying too. Crying is a weird way our bodies ask for support when somebody's near. An emotion jumps to them and they want to cry. You see somebody
like
cry.
Last time.
Yeah, it was crazy. That kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool stuff that we got here at Recovering Addict. And if you're not a part of it, jump in, because every member adds an asset to the community. We learn something from each and every one of us. We all have something to bring to the plate. We all,
you're all valuable.
You're all valuable.
You're valuable.
Super valuable. Us. So yeah, I'm going to let Felice say what's up to everybody in the chat. Yes. And I'm going to chill for just a second.
Yeah. Shh. Stop it. Brittany. Hello. What's
praying
up?
For you, Britt.
Always praying for you. What's up, Desmond? Love seeing you here. Who else? John V. He had a good show today. Y'all check out Venture Forward, YouTube, Facebook.
Yep. And if you guys are in the Discord, you'll see in the information tab in the Discord, John's on our schedule as well at 4:30s, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right, John? Correct me if I'm wrong. Shamelessly plug yourself right now. And that's another part of community. And then we have other friends that are in this too as well digitally.
Yep.
Claiborne.
What's up, Claiborne? What's up, Julie and Damien?
I saw Claiborne getting a COVID test today on Facebook.
Ew, I saw that too. Made me want to gag. Now that I'm old, boogers make me want to gag.
She touched his brain.
Jeanette, love you. Hi, Marilyn.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Good evening, Sam.
Hey, Sam. You're in our prayers.
Always. We love you, Sam. Hey, Kyle. Did you get that gun out?
Yeah. Did you get that thing finished?
Did you make it on time?
Kimmy.
What's up, Kimmy?
What's up?
Yay. Misha. I love you and I miss you.
I love you and I miss you.
What's up, Steve? Cherie, the one and only.
Geez.
So glad you're
Talking
back.
about like once a community starts coming together, right? We start getting to know each other. When one of them's missing, it hurts. And Cherie, your presence was highly missed this last couple of weeks and it sucked. Don't ever do that again. Ever.
Sam said she cried a few times today.
Oh, good. Crying.
It's good for you. It's good for you. Celebrate. Yes, celebrate.
Yeah, celebrate sobriety. That's the motto for 2021. We're going to celebrate sobriety. We're going to crush this year through sobriety. We don't care. Bring it. Bring it on, world. We're going to get through it sober.
That's right. Hey, Jim. Share squad.
Speaking of like new people coming in and just instantly adding a ton of value, Jim Hartley.
Yes.
I get something from every one of our meetings with you. And thank you for just being there. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for your support. What's up, Michelle?
Michelle, yeah.
Glad you're here. Who else we got? Late as always.
There's my mommy.
Did you see? Oh, I thought you was who else says hello? My girl, Raina. Awful with names. I haven't talked to her for a while. Well, I need to call her. Grandma T, hello.
Hi, Mama.
La Sierra, you're back.
Yo,
where you been?
Cool.
Been super busy though. Love how everything has grown.
Yeah, me too. And I love that you're a part of it since like the very beginning.
Oh, I think you're cute. Who else? Wow, I'm so happy you put all of this together on one page. Boom.
Oh,
the schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule.
If you need me to pull that up again, Allie.
Oh, you're pretty. And you smell good.
If you need me to pull that schedule up so you can screenshot it, let me know.
Oh, shoot. Look, hashtag screenshot worthy.
Who said that?
Michelle, right? Boom. I love hashtags. Share squad. Thank you. Thank you. I've been practicing and I'm getting better at this point. It's really a lot harder than it looks. Who else? I see him. Allie, she's always.
See, Allie's missing your presence there, Sheree.
Cute.
Oh my goodness, all of us are.
Let's see. Ooh. Nicolina.
Whoa, cool.
Is it okay to cry?
Is it okay to
No.
cry? No.
No laughing either. No emotions here.
This
None.
is serious business.
We don't laugh or cry.
Shut your face. We're in recovery.
I can't do it. Can't. Thanks, Petey.
Yes, thank you, Petey.
Let's see. Ah, you are valuable, Claiborne.
100%, dude.
You heard it
you're
here
a part
first.
of this community, and you add like the other day after you shared, because we haven't really heard much of your story, but you've been there, and we heard you just speak on some of your story, and man, right here. And I heard other people say, man, that was wonderful. So thank you, brother, for being a part of this.
What's up? Welcome back.
Yeah.
Ramel.
Help us say your name so I don't screw it up.
What's up, Dwight? My grandfather said, if Jesus can cry, any of us can cry. That's
Amen.
the shortest verse of the Bible.
Yep.
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept.
Memorize that one.
That's an easy one to remember.
What's up, Stephanie? Glad you're here.
Yes, Steph.
No crying, Misha. Just kidding. It's okay to cry.
There's John V right here.
There he is.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to say Utah time because all that. Oh, and Fridays. I didn't know it was Fridays. I'm horrible.
Your
I
bad
am
friend.
so horrible.
You should cry.
But there's John V. You guys venture forward. Great. Another asset to recovery. No show this Thursday, though, y'all. No show this Thursday. It's okay.
Oh, we missed you too, Sheree. Missed you too. What's up? Oh, you did? You got it done?
Merc
Very
in the house.
cool. What's up, Merc?
Have you got our freaking package yet? Because I'm
Probably not.
about to lose my shizzy.
Rogine. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Dash Jose from Phoenix Alpha One Group.
Nice.
Boom. Shout out. What's up,
Shout
Jake?
out to everybody. Jake Brown in the house.
Stopping in to say good evening and crying is perfectly acceptable. I cry when I need to.
Yeah,
Yes, you
absolutely.
do.
100% on the spot right there, brother.
Nicole Monster made it. Glad
Yes.
you're here.
Nicole's here. Awesome.
I tried to screenshot and locked my phone. So yeah, we'll get that after I say hi. We'll put it back up.
Damn it.
No crying at baseball. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite
That's a good
movies.
show there.
One of my favorites. Let's see who else. We got news here. And I think that's everybody. So yeah, you can throw that back up so she can get a screenshot.
Dang it.
Nicolina.
Look at Merc still hasn't got his package.
What the heck? It's because it was on that truck that we seen getting raided. I know
Gosh,
it.
dang, that irritates me. We're going to send you another one, but what makes me mad is I sent something really cool in that one.
Yeah, it was cool.
Gosh, dang it. You better freaking get it.
Allie is awesome. Heard it
Allie
here first.
is awesome. Merc said it here first on Recovering Addict. Yeah. All right. So here is our schedule. In case you didn't see it, take a screenshot of this. Schedule for Recovering Addict. We got a daily meeting every day. Every freaking day at 1 o'clock. You need a meeting, get in there. Sunday, spiritual Zoom, followed by the live stream. Monday is a class. We go through the 12 steps, 6 weeks of reoccurring information, followed by a vent your heart out Zoom. Tuesday's Recovering Addict Live. Wednesday, Recovering Addict class and Zoom again. Thursday, Recovering Addict Live. That's where we find our. Is today Tuesday? Oh yeah, today's Tuesday. So tomorrow is the class, y'all. Jump in. We're going through step 4. It's a good one. And then Friday or Thursdays, we got Jake live. He's going through that book, Connected Child. And then Friday, we got Recovery Zooms. And John V's in there too.
There might have been one of those in there, Sheree. It's very possible.
My father-in-law just texted me. He says, yeah, bull crap. I never seen you cry. Big boys don't cry. He must have not been watching the show Sunday night.
Maybe we've seen you cry.
Maybe we've seen you cry, Miss Jim. Don't make me come down there.
Derek, I'm sorry. How come the background won't play or the volume? Refresh?
Not sure what you're talking about, homeboy. Cool microphone and headphone things, though.
Who knew was here? That's funny, Claiborne.
Real quick, I want to show you something. We have a sponsor for this channel who is giving away a car, which is like no joke, man. No purchase necessary. All you do, go to his channel, subscribe, comment, and here's a video, and I will put this video in the comments that we're about to watch that he just dropped today. But I'm going to screen share, and we're going to watch this little 1 minute, 20-second video together so that we can share with audio, share. And this is what it's going to look like right here. Make it big. Boom.
Hello, everybody. It's Steve again with another beautiful presentation coming your way. That's right. We are just about ready to start our second season. We are fresh back from a road trip, and that was some. Did you see that cow? Wasn't that cool? Boy, that was a great trip. And Heather, I hope you're enjoying that Jeep. We're going to give away 2 more. Did you hear it? 2 more vehicles here very shortly. One, Taylor, your people. Well, I tell you what, you're ready to go T3, and we'll explain that. And we got a beautiful recovering addict organization that we aligned with here. We'll talk a lot more about that in the days to come. But I want to just introduce you. It's going to be a little gap between our next series. So I want to come up to you with a little short clip and congratulate everybody who participated in that drawing. But again, as I mentioned, we're going to do 2 more cars. So be ready. Keep watching. We are going to launch a new series. It is a drama murder mystery. That's right. Lieutenant Chris Cooper. That's me, baby. Cooper, I got suspect in sight. Suspect in sight. Chopper overhead, I have suspect inside. Suspect inside. Stay in the car. Get your hands on the wheel now. Stay in the car. Keep your hands on the wheel. Get your hands on the wheel now. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell. You got to subscribe if you're going to be a player on this channel. We look forward to seeing you soon. Real soon. Real soon.
Subscribe now and keep watching the new Steve Henry.
So that is our boy right there, Steve Henry from Exodus Auto. He's actually given away, he's via Teeter. He found this channel and loves what it's all about, because everybody out there, I'm telling you, man, there's not one person I've met that isn't affected somehow, somewhere, doesn't know somebody. And it's usually affected in some shape or form, if not themselves. And so he loves what we're doing. He sees everybody that's working hard to stay sober. So if you know anybody that you feel that deserves to be put in for this drawing, refer them to Steve and have them subscribe and comment. Let them know you're from Recovering Addict, and he's going to throw you in the drawing. In about 4 weeks or so, he's going to draw a name, and they're going to choose a winner. Felice and I are going to go back down to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we still haven't really worked out the logistics quite yet, but the plan is to have Felice and I and Steve deliver this car right to where you're right to your town. So make sure you guys jump in that. And now it is time for this segment of our show. We have some awesome questions of the day today. Let me shrink this down. You ain't gonna move your laptop.
Oh, sweet.
So Jim says, I think from what I've saw out of the people lately, and I love that because Jim's paying attention to what's going on in the community. He says, what is the single most important thing for me to do in early recovery? The single most important thing. I would say, I think the single most important thing, if I have to name one thing, is give it time. You have to be patient. And it's not, to say that is easy, because your emotions are out of whack. Your cravings are out of whack. If you're on heroin, you probably got the flu and it's the worst hell you're going through. Meth addicts can't stay awake. Alcoholics probably are shaken to death and craving alcohol, and they can't think straight, and everything's confusing. I think the most important thing would be to be patient and give it time for your mind to clear up. Because you have to give your mind a chance to start thinking clearly, so that when you start learning these tools with all this recovery that you're learning, to start applying that to your life. So I think the single most important thing is to just give it time and let your mind think clearly.
And then Steph says,
yeah. Steph says in the questions of the Discord, remember, if you put them in here, I'm reading them out loud on TV. So, but the main thing is, she says, it's wrong. Is it wrong to feel like the key to my sobriety is that my husband understands and supports me? I would say that's very dangerous. And she explains, as in, if he is in a good mood, it helps me. If he's pissed and tells me to get over it, I want to drink. I seem to go on his emotions, and I don't know how to stop that. What do you think?
I think you're very codependent on your husband. And I think that your sobriety is your sobriety. And if you want to drink, it's because you want to drink. not because of him. You have to kind of separate yourself from your husband and fix you first, and then come back together as a couple together. That's what we had to do, anyways. Like, he had to work his recovery, I had to work my recovery, and then we worked recovery together.
Yep.
Because I can't control his recovery, and he can't control my recovery. That's step one. Our life's unmanageable. Like, I have no control over him and vice versa.
Yep. And if you're looking to him for your recovery, it's just, you have to do it for yourself. You want to get clean for yourself. You can't control his emotions. And at the end of the day, he honestly can't make you feel anything either. He can influence you. But if you just separate, look, he's in a bad mood. That's just him. I cannot control him. I have to control what I can control. That's why the serenity prayer is so amazing. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life that we can change that we're not changing. There are things in life that we cannot change that we are trying to change, and it doesn't work, right? And so we ask God for the wisdom to know the difference so that we can actually start changing the things that we need to change and can change, and stop trying to change the things that we can't. You know what I mean? You can't control the weather. You can't control a traffic jam. There's no point in freaking out about that. Can you control your sobriety and how you start handling situations? Yeah, let's learn how to change our attitudes in that. The big book, page 417, talks about that. Acceptance, right? Accepting. Once you accept you're an alcoholic, that's when you can finally be free and understand that it's not what needs to be changed out there, but what needs to be changed in here in our attitudes. And so I would really focus on that. Focus on yourself. You can't. Your spirituality can be contingent on, or your sobriety can be contingent on your spirituality, because we come to believe in a higher power, right? That can restore us to sanity. We turn our will and our lives over to that instead of running on our own self-will, and, keep it in that arena.
Right. And keep in mind, he's probably been hurt over the years and probably has no real understanding of what addiction is or how it works. Because I didn't understand at first. I was like, just quit. But that's not the reality of what addiction is. And so maybe if you guys can figure out a way to come together and learn about addiction together, that might help too, to get an understanding of both perspectives, like understand where he's coming from. He can understand where you're coming from if he wants to. I mean, you can't control him, obviously, but you can definitely do things to understand his perspective and maybe have a little bit of empathy in that way too.
Amen. That's how we celebrate sobriety. Kimmy says, and this is kind of cool because these 3 questions I'm going to cover through this little article that I found. She says, is it normal in recovery if someone says that they're having a beer to feel like you should not engage with that person? So let's say Felicia's a normal drinker and I'm not, but we're not married. Okay, she's just a friend. Should I hang out with this person, right? Can an addict be around people that have the ability to self-control? And I would say, be careful. Let me read this really quick and I will expand on that some more. Here are 3 things you don't want to do in recovery, right? When you're fresh into recovery. Romance. You probably heard that rule, right? Give it a year. Don't start a romantic relationship in your first year of sobriety. It's a standard, right? It's not an attempt to make you lonely, ruin your fun or anything like that, or make you pass up a chance with your soulmate. It's just a guideline designed for your own good. You know what I mean? We're looking out for your best. Like Des said in the comments, family's got to come second. You got to come first in all these things. Starting a new relationship makes you extremely vulnerable. You're dealing with a lot right now. You're on a roller coaster of emotions, frustrations, and stress, right? A remote romantic relationship increases these feelings exponentially. There's enough on your mental and emotional plate already. Adding a relationship right away is simply too much. The focus must be on you right now. Get used to living a sober life. Establish new habits. Get some solid ground under your feet before you try to share that space with somebody else. In the long run, you'll be able to form a healthier, happier relationship. And I love that because Brian hit on that in one of our Zoom meetings. He's like, if you go right now to try to get a relationship in the growth level you're at, it's not going to be as valuable as if you do get that foundation and you become the better you up here. And that person's also up there with you, how much more deep and amazing that relationship could be. Another thing you don't want to do, number 2, is over committing. You're setting goals and working hard to make changes in your life. Great. Just don't go overboard. You've just gotten your life back, right? Don't pack it so full that you can't handle it. Going back to school, accepting a huge promotion, starting a family, moving, right? All of these things can be good things, but they might be too much for you in the first few months of recovery. So think of it this way. You're just learning how to live life sober. Don't make that life so complicated and tough that you're tempted to relapse. It's like learning to ride a bike. You just got your training wheels off. Should you try extreme challenge, of course? Should you go down to the BMX track after you pull the training wheels off? No, right? You just want to cruise around the block a few times. That's what we're doing right now. Early sobriety, we're just chilling. We're cruising around the block. We're not getting involved romantically. We're not overcommitting. We're just chilling, taking it easy. And then bailing. I love this one. Have you ever taken antibiotics? You got sick, right? The doctor gives you antibiotics. He tells you to take them for 10 days. After 3 or 4 days, you stop taking them because you feel better, right? The infection returns and the doctor reminds you, hey, did you finish them all already? Or did you finish the 10-day prescription? And you go, no. He goes, well, your body needed the rest and medication to fully recover from the illness. Why'd you stop taking your antibiotics? If you've sobered up and you're feeling good in recovery, you may be tempted to bail on your treatment. You stop seeing your counselor. You stop going to meetings. You start thinking you're strong enough to resist temptation in places you really shouldn't go. Don't stop doing the things that have gotten you this far. Keep those supports in place in order to keep you on the right path in recovery. The antibiotics are working, so finish the dose, right? And I think that goes a little with Kimmy's question. If I would say somebody like Dez and Alicia that have years under their belt and they're confident in their sobriety could probably go around a casual, normal drinker, right? Me, I'm not ready yet. I'm not going to put myself in a high risk situation. I'm going to wait until I know for sure that I'll be okay around it. And at this moment, I would have to go seek a place to be in that position anyway. So it's just not worth it. But that's one of our character defects is false pride. And to think in early recovery that we can go handle a situation like that could possibly be really bad. And I've seen it happen over and over in all the rehabs I've been to. I just went to a party. I was going to be the designated driver. They weren't even drinking, but somebody brought a plate of, cookies out or something, had weed in it.
Yeah. I want to go back to Stephanie real quick. She said, and I've destroyed trust. I'm scared he'll never trust me again. He thinks I'll always turn to addiction. And he thinks that because that's been the pattern probably. So as you show him that you are committed to this treatment and recovery, the trust will start to come back. Like LT waited a whole year to show me through his actions how serious he was before he did, was it step 9? Mm-hmm. Before he did his step 9. And that created that trust through that year, that through his actions, that I could trust what he was saying now instead of, saying he's going to do it and then not doing it and stuff like that.
It's going to take time. Like I said,
be patient.
Yep. And show him through action. And we always say we're sorry. Now we need to start living a life so that we never have to say sorry again. That's 6 and 7, right? The steps. And then 8 and 9, like she said, I waited to apologize until 1 year. I did it on the date of my 1 year. I wanted to do something super special, but it just didn't work out that way.
It was special to me.
And then Malcolm Ashley, this is cool. Just joined your group. My name is Malcolm Ashley from Window Rock, Arizona. 60 plus days sober. Well, I want to play this video right here for you. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Make good choices. Be patient with yourself and work hard. And sweet 60 days. Keep going. Definitely. Join us in our Discord and all our good stuff that we got going on. This is where you want to be, right here. Discord. Daily meetings. We got recovery classes and Zoom meetings. We got recovery in your pocket just for you. Glad you're here.
And real quick, Adrian, I seen you. Hello. 2T. What is up? And Murd.
Mr. Red, what's up, brother?
Positive Vibes 28. Hello.
Yeah, Positive Vibes 28. That's a cool
Raylene,
name.
what is up?
Where's Positive Vibes 28?
Fred, hello. All
Fred's
you
up in the
newbies
house.
that just joined in, glad you're here.
So glad you're here. Going great. Recovery is great. We are celebrating sobriety in 2021 because you know what I figured? I was like, you know what? 2020 was crazy. Some crazy stuff kicked off, right? All because Australia lit itself on fire. That's
Thanks,
what
Cherie.
I'm always going to blame. Cherie was out on holiday. She kicked the campfire somehow, and Australia lit on fire, and then wham, COVID, riots, political craziness happened, right? And I'm like, cool, 2020, Happy New Year's. Guess what? Nothing's really changed. Okay, then the clock went click, big deal. If our attitudes don't change, it ain't going to change. And that's why 2021, we're going to celebrate sobriety right there. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it together because we recover better together. So Fred, I'm glad you're here. If you're new here, drop your positive vibes. Oh, what's up? That looks like Brandon. That is Brandon. Yeah. Love it. Thank you for watching, Brandon. Glad you're here. So we're talking about crying, right? Is crying okay?
You like that, Desmond? I blamed on Cherie. Desmond thinks I'm funny. Oh, Claiborne had a question about crying.
Okay, so let me throw the schedule up for you guys real quick. One more time for everybody that's new here. Let me show you guys what we have to offer, gals, girls, and everybody else. Schedule for Recovering Addict community. So daily, every day in the Discord right here. If you join us on Discord at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, that's Utah time, we have a daily recovery meeting. Join us and talk and vent recovery. On Sundays, I have a spiritual Zoom. We talk about higher powers. And then at 8 o'clock, we go live on Sunday. And then Monday, I have a recovery class that I'm teaching. We're going through the 12 steps plus everything you would learn in rehab from 7 to 8. And then directly after that, it turns into a recovery meeting to where everybody can vent and all that kind of good stuff. And then Tuesdays, we go live again at 8 o'clock. Wednesdays, we got a recovery class just like Monday, followed by Zoom. Thursdays, we go recovery live with Jake going through Connected Child. And then Friday, we have recovery Zoom meetings. Take a screenshot of this if you want to understand and know our schedule. And then if you really want to get to know us better, jump into this Discord right here.
Hey, send your cousin a link.
Oh, crap. She's been hit or miss, so I forget now. You got to hear from Cassie. All right, so crying.
Oh, yeah, Claiborne had a question about crying.
Oh.
Real quick.
What is it?
I'll find it. It was, he said, why can't I cry about my problems or situation, etc., but I cry when I watch America Got Talent singing auditions? Serious question. Don't laugh. I swear I'm still a thug, though, right?
Try not to laugh.
Serious question.
Okay, it is a true question, though, because I'm the same way, dude. I have a hard time crying in front of people, period. I always have. Since my son was in that accident, my emotions show a lot more. But before that, I wouldn't cry, man. I was the tough guy, right? And then what gets me are them stinking videos where the soldier comes back from Iraq or wherever they are, and the kid's at school and that has no idea and turns around and bam, there's dad. I'm like, oh! Every freaking time. Even the dogs, like when they walk in and the dog sees them, those ones get me every time. But crying, here's some statistics on crying, right? Because men don't cry as much as women do. And there's a physical reason for that. It's scientific. Research says that women cry almost 64 times a year and men only cry between 6 and 17 times. And this is just because we have a different hormone built into our genes. That's just who we are, right? We've all heard growing up that real men don't cry. And while it seems like a socially, what is that word? Societal attitude, which perhaps we need to get rid of, it turns out that there is actually physical reasons that men do tend to cry less than women. And that's just because they have a different hormone, right? So women cry more than men, and it's just our hormonal makeup. Crying is good for you. Have a good cry, and here's 5 reasons why. Which one do I want to read first? Let me talk about crying really quick, because it's not unusual to cry. And this article says that both sexes cry more than people may assume. We cry more than people know. In the United States, women cry on an average of 3.5 times per month, and men cry 1.9 times a month. Interestingly, this says that humans are the only animals that cry tears for like emotional reasons. I was 2 articles that read that. I was hesitant to read that. I'm like, well, I seen that picture of that elephant. It looks sad and it had a tear. I think animals cry, but according to these scientists, humans are the only ones that cry with emotion and shed tears. And this article right here is going to explore why we cry and some of the health benefits to it. So we actually produce 3 types of tears. I didn't know this. In our eyes, we have 3 different types of tears. One is basal. It's a tear duct that's constantly secreting basal tears, right? Which are protein-rich antibacterial liquid that help keeps our eye moist every time we blink. We all know that one. We have our reflex tears. And these reflex tears are triggered by irritants such as wind, smoke, onions.
Ooh, onions.
Right?
Boo.
And they're released to flush these irritants and protect the eye. So that's the second type of tear. The third one are emotional tears. Humans shed tears in response to a range of emotions, and these tears actually contain a higher level of stress hormones than any other type of tears.
Yeah,
crazy.
So cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few articles about
6 years. Good job, Fred. Yes.
Crying and how it releases those stress hormones, and then you feel better. That's why you feel better after you cry.
Yeah.
Because you released all those stressful hormones.
Yeah, this says they have a soothing effect. When people cry, they regulate their own emotions. They calm themselves and they reduce their own stress. It's a great stress reliever. In 2014, a study found that crying may have a direct and self-soothing effect on people. The study explained how crying activates the sympathetic nervous system, which helps people relax. That's why I always feel pretty good after you had a good cry. And this is cool right here. And this kind of drives me to a Bible verse. And so I want to hit on both. It says, as well as helping people's self-soothing, crying can help people get support from others around them. A 2016 study explains crying is primarily an attachment behavior as it rallies support from people around us. And this is known as an interpersonal and social benefit. And I was like, whoa, I think the Bible tells us to do that. It says, bless those who persecute you, bless and do not curse them, rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Don't be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight, and repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. Rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. And that benefits. It's a social connect, right? We recover better together. You guys see me crying? It may make you want to cry, and come cry with me, and vice versa. It enhances your mood. Crying may lift people's spirits and make them feel better, as well as relieving pain. Wow. Oxytocin and endorphins can help improve mood. And that's what happens when you cry. It releases those. This is why they are often known as feel-good chemicals. It releases toxins and relieves stress. When humans cry in response to stress, their tears contain a number of stress hormones and other chemicals. Researchers believe that crying could reduce the levels of these chemicals in the body, which could in turn reduce stress. And more research is needed in this area, however, to confirm this, but it looks like that's what it is. And it actually helps you sleep. A small study in 2015, crying can help babies sleep better. Whether crying has the same sleep enhancing effect on adults is yet to be researched.
I know I sleep better after a good cry.
It's funny because our son Link, it's been a while because he's older now. He's about to turn 13. But when he was younger, and every time he got hurt, if he stubbed his toe, one time he got super glue, and somehow he comes in the house like freaking out. It's all over his shoulder. He's glued his armpits together, his side, like freaking out, right? So we clean him up and he's crying. And every time he cried, he would just, boom, he'd go pass out and sleep for a couple hours. No matter what, if he stubbed his toe, smashed his finger, cry, pass out. Remember when you glued your armpit with super glue?
It was all over my back too.
Yeah, you were like this.
Crying helps kill bacteria. It keeps the eyes clean, right? It improves your vision. Those tears release, keeps your eyes moist, and helps with your vision too. Go ahead.
Oh, we got lots. We got lots.
See? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, crying releases stress. And I'm not going over this because
It's
y'all
true.
saw me tear up last Sunday.
I liked this.
It's
comment.
actually the next part in our book.
That's why the poem was right before the cry. They should have vice versa. It's okay to cry. Here's the poem. Men don't cry as much as women, but did you know that little boys are more emotionally reactive than little girls?
I could see that. I got
I
three boys and a
completely
daughter.
concur.
Witnessed it. 100%.
I have a husband and 3 boys. He's so much more emotional. Like women's emotions are like this, and then we have our time, and then they're like this. But man, every day is like
Dude.
this. I'm
Seriously.
like, oh, like it's your time of the month, like
Hey.
every day.
At noon. Great. What do you guys think about that bull crap?
How many wives out there concur? Laughing is good therapy, Malcolm. I love to laugh.
We are not. The big book says we're not a glum lot, right?
Marcus! Love seeing you here, Marcus.
Yes, at a boy. Oh, yeah. There's no we in tacos. FYI.
Ugly cry is best. That's why you should do it. I love a good ugly cry.
So do I.
When he was in the hospital, it was probably the most I've
Who's
ugly
this?
cried in my adult years. What up?
Chris Hill.
You're
Oh, what's up, Chris? Good to see you, brother. I like them trucks you posted on Facebook.
Hey, Dad.
What?
So it's how much you cried in your adult years. How much did you cry in your youth years?
According to my mom, if you're still watching, can you post how much I cried from age?
Yes.
From thanks, brother. Yeah, at least I got him on my team. Mom, if you're still watching, can you post how much I cried from when I was born till I was 5? You'll see. I don't cry that much.
Just said you're emotional.
Hopefully, my mom's still watching.
Jeanette said totes fleece.
We're waiting for Cassie Claiborne. Shut it,
blue
Jeanette.
It is the blue period.
I used to like you guys. Oh man.
It's usually probably because they're
Let's
hungry.
bring on another girl to make fun of me. Here
just-
she
it's just
is.
'cause you're
Never. You're my twin. I'd be making fun of myself.
Please is picking on me bad right now.
Please. What'd you say?
I told him that he's an emotional wreck.
She says pretty much I have my period every day at noon.
I said, this is women's emotions like this. And then we have our peak once a month. I was like, men are like this every day.
Way worse, right?
Oh, this is horrible. I quit.
You know I love you.
He brings up a good point.
What? Sorry,
Guys don't menstruate.
So how do you
Just
get it out? What's your release?
Sandwiches.
At noon.
So all of you that are brand new here, and what the heck is going on, and why did this lady just pop on the screen? This is my cousin Cassie. She lives in Las Vegas. She's a part of the recovery team. She's a part of the Recovering Addict team. She also has her own YouTube channel called Body by Cassie, where she helps women shape them up. And you have to go check her out on her YouTube channel. And she always comes on here with an amazing quote about this time on our show. But we got a lot of new followers checking you out right now.
Grandma T said you cry a lot.
And my mom said I cried a lot.
I do too. Is it a Gemini thing? Because I'm super sensitive. I cry a lot. So maybe it's a Gemini thing or Weaver thing.
Both.
Listen, Uncle Tim cries a lot. As we get older, oh my gosh, Uncle Tim, boom, he cries. Grandpa, holy buckets, a blubbering. Yeah. Sorry.
See, all it's okay to cry. Let it out.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so let me get my quote of the day. So my quote of the day is, and I just got a new subscriber. Woo, thank you. That was probably from you guys. Thank you. I have 94 subscribers, so I just need to get to 100, and I get other little special things, yay. So I'm excited. So please, thank you. Okay, so today's quote is in honor of MLK Day. So this is the quote. So if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Yes.
Right?
However you got to do it. Move forward.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely. Hi, Millie.
Hi.
You look so pretty. So cute. You have gum in your mouth? That's your chewing gum? Yeah, looks good. Hi, Linky.
All right, I have your website link. Well, the website will take them to your YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, they should be able to find all that there. Yes, correct. Thank you.
Cool beans. We'll
Thank you,
drop
guys.
that link. Cool. Thanks
All
for the
right.
awesome quote.
As always, we're going to bring it together. Everybody puts that heart in the middle, and we're going to continue to spread that love every day. Thank you, guys.
Love
I
it.
love you. Love you. Love you.
Love you.
Yay. Thank you.
Cut her off right there. Goodbye. Get off the screen. Get out of here, Cassie.
Get out of here.
Moving forward, simple but complex, no doubt, right? Great quote. Body by Cassie
Ooh,
right there is where you
Moonbeam
can
just
find her.
followed you.
Nice. Love it.
Moonbeam says, also, guys have a hormonal pink once a month.
Leave us alone. Okay. Sorry I brought up crying. My Lord. Look at me crying about it.
I was going to say, crying about it. Making you emotional, guys.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll feel great after the show.
All right,
I just
I'm
got to
not
have a
gonna-
good cry.
I'm not going to pick on him anymore.
So why did we go into crying? Why did we talk about the health benefits of crying, stress release? It's good to cry because growing up in families with addiction, where a lot of times we're told, don't speak, don't act, don't feel, don't trust, don't do this, don't do that, right? We're going through a book right now called It'll Never Happen to Me by Claudia Black. And this is growing up with addiction. Were your parents addicted? One or two? One, and then you look at yourself as being an addicted parent. If you are, how did you raise your children? This book is very touching. It hits home with me more than I like. I cried last Sunday when we read this little story. I couldn't even get through it. I had to pass the book to Felice. And if this does drum up emotions, talk to your sponsor. Vent about it. That's what we do in recovery. We reach out. So this says crying is a natural release of emotions. Children and spouses both need to cry. Crying is difficult for many, but those in addicted families usually do one of two things. Those in an addicted families usually do one of two things. They learn how not to cry, or they cry alone, very silently. Before a child can cry and feel okay about it, the child needs to be given healthy messages regarding crying. Is it okay to cry? Or it's okay to cry. You tell them that it's okay to cry. And crying will help you feel better. Other messages such as boys shouldn't cry and don't be a crybaby need to be countered. Children also need models who can demonstrate that crying is not weak or shameful. And that's why we invite Angelo over. That's her brother.
Big brother, I hope you're watching.
He cries a lot. And he
He
don't
does.
care. He's not ashamed
No,
of it.
he cried at Titanic.
Yeah, like
His girlfriend didn't.
Who didn't cry?
Millie
I
bawled.
tear up and I try to hold it in all tough like, right? I just need to learn to let it out. It's my ego, right? I got to drop that ego.
Jeanette, her husband told her she's mean.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Boo.
Team Jeanette's husband. Hashtag Jeanette's husband. So it's good to teach them positive things that crying is going to help you feel better. It's also great to model it too, by example, right? Our kids watch and learn more than what they hear us say. If a parent is in recovery, he or she needs to model the healthy expression of feelings and to talk openly about the new changes in behavior. Do you have children around that are watching you go through what you're going through? Talk openly about them and talk about this new changes and what's going on in your behavior. Children need to hear that when adults hurt, they cry too. And that when family members show each other their tears, it is often a time in which they can feel closer to each other.
Oh,
I think the first time Felice saw me cry was my grandma's laying on her deathbed.
Oh, yeah.
And my grandma Millie, my mom, she's in here, my mom's mom. And she's like coughing blood, and everybody in the room is freaking crying. And I walk in and I'm the tough guy, right? Until I saw my cousin Trina and she was crying. And I was like, oh! I just like flopped on Felice's shoulder. And the crazy thing in that situation is all us family members are crying, right? And my grandma, who's days away from death, is encouraging us. She's not worried about it, but we all, it was a touching time.
It was.
So aside from giving permission to cry, children need to support to share their feelings with others. Ask children whom they could tell about the times when they cry. Like, who would you talk about who you cried to?
I woke up one morning, so I had a dream about Amos and Zom were here. I woke up one morning and they weren't here, so I started crying.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk to everybody about it.
Yeah.
Thanks, not ashamed.
Who do you trust enough to confide in? Whom in the family do they trust to ask for comfort in such times? This can be very valuable. It could be a very valuable discussion. Ingrid, what's going on?
Glad you're here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for the great compliment.
It is okay to cry.
Me too, bro.
So then it's absolutely okay to cry. I used to be ashamed of crying because I felt weak and embarrassed, but for the most part, you got to let it out, especially if you're in pain.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not real men don't cry. Real men shed the most tears.
Real men cry, right?
Real men shed the most tears.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Jeanette's husband.
Yes, Alan. Team Alan.
Team Jeanette.
Team both sides.
Here's a little story for you. She says, I once worked with a brother and sister, 6-year-old Chuck and 9-year-old Melody. Chuck was very open about not trusting his mother and his helplessness regarding her drinking. He talked about worrying a lot, and at times he cried when he talked. Melody would tell him to shut up. She would talk louder when he was speaking and would call him a crybaby. She was prepared to do just about anything she could to keep Chuck from talking and showing his feelings. Though there was only 3 years difference in their ages, Chuck and Melody were in different stages of denial. It is important for adults to be aware of these varying stages of a denial among children and how children interfere with or are supportive of each other's expression of feelings. So during the discussions, children need to understand how they affect each other in recovery. You know, a big brother and a little sister or vice versa could be telling the other one to shut up, and it's not good. One child may be more open to expression of tears while the other is obviously angry. Still, another children appears simply to be non-feeling. Each child needs to have access to all of their feelings and have healthy avenues of expression. Healthy avenues of expression.
I like it. Michelle said, the moment when LT was emotional, Felice took over. Reading was beautiful and honest and pure. A-okay.
Oh, man. That got me.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Grants are criers too. That's okay. Hey, Alan. Tune in on Sunday because LT's not going to be here Sunday, so it's going to be me and Allie.
If Allie wants to.
She's been voluntold. She don't have a choice. But we're going to talk about, I want to talk about our side of things as being the family member of the addict and emotions we feel and those kinds of things. So tune in on Sunday, Alan.
Tune in for some Al-Anon feel.
Alan on.
I need to work on that. I tell my boys to stop crying when they are.
Yeah, let them cry.
I think it's, there's that fine line you got to
Throwing a
watch
fit
out
is
for.
different.
If they're emotional and they're hurting and they're crying, be there to support them. But if they're throwing fits, boy, if you throw and you're crying to try, boy, I will. That kind of thing.
That manipulative crying.
Yeah.
That's different.
Parenting. By the time you got it figured out, you realized how much you screwed up and they're gone. Youth is wasted on the young, let me tell you.
It's okay to cry. We go through a lot. For me, it's the realization of the last 5 to 6 weeks in the MS. It was hard to keep it together tonight at times.
Oh, yeah, yeah, brother. And brave you doing that, letting it out. It's awesome.
It's okay if he's a big baby.
He's just a big baby.
Same time, Carla, 8:00.
8:00.
Mountain time.
When we go live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, it's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Utah time.
I think you might be a little behind, but I concur.
Oh, crap. We're bringing that up again? That's okay.
That's different kind of crying. Kind of.
Ooh, even when you're crying alone, remember, God is always with you.
But it felt you got big words. Cathartic to share that with my audience on the show. Oh, and I bet they loved it and they were there for you because everybody loves you, JV.
That's what I need. I want my husband to listen to the family side of sobriety. Well, Sunday night, tune in. That's what Felice is going to be talking about.
Yeah. Steph.
Allie's going to cry, she said.
We'll cry together,
It's
okay?
an emotional topic.
she said, yep, I had to take a pee break.
Oh, okay. Glad you're back.
Jeanette says, hey guys, I'm over here now. I got to be able to see what he says. I'm so nosy.
You guys are even on like different platforms. It's funny. Alan's got the Facebook. Jeanette's got the YouTube.
That's funny.
Aw,
Beautiful quote, Linky.
beautiful. Which one? He forgot already.
Remember, if you guys aren't here, this is where you want to be. Boom, Discord.
dropping the link
And remember,
again.
2021, from now on, you're going to hear Celebrate Sobriety quite often because that is the theme. On top of We Recover Better Together, this year, we're going to celebrate sobriety. We're going to keep our attitudes on the high, good high, healthy, emotional high for this year.
So that means when we end the show, we're going to say we recovered.
Oh, Stephanie said,
Thank you,
it's
Marilyn.
okay, Allie. Crying is good.
Who said that?
Stephanie.
Oh, she's on the group. Yeah, join us at this Discord. It's where you guys can really meet us. And every day we have a meeting at 1:00. She said, I freaked out and huge spider on my bed. So yeah, scared the pee out of me.
Oh my gosh. I would die.
Oh, that's hilarious. All righty. You guys want to pray with us?
Thanks, Marilyn.
Gorgeous, Millie.
Sweet.
They said nobody cries alone. God is always with you. Oh, that is beautiful, Linky.
Oh,
You said that?
I did.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for JV's copy and paste. There it is.
Thanks,
Bam.
John.
Please copy and paste.
Ready?
Yeah.
God,
God,
grant
me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Nice hair.
Lovely prayer.
Great show.
Thank
Oh,
you,
we love
Michelle.
you,
Thank you
Michelle.
for being here. All right, we will be here again Thursday night live. That'll be the Jake show. Tomorrow, Claiborne says you're gorgeous, Allie.
Thanks, Clay.
So are you
She said
gonna?
thanks.
You guys are still on, right? You're gonna move to Utah.
Can I spill beans?
What are the beans?
I want some.
Thursday night is actually my birthday.
Oh,
Thursday
yeah.
is Linky's birthday, you guys. 13 years old.
13.
He lived.
He's a teenager.
Thank you, Murd.
Thanks,
Glad
Murd.
you were
Glad
here,
you're here.
brother. So every day, 1:00 in the Discord, we have meetings. Tomorrow at 7 and 8, we have a recovery class. We're going to go over step 4 and look at a recovery meeting and just get it off our chest. So until tomorrow at 1:00, that's where I'll be in the Discord having a meeting. You guys stay strong, or actually, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember,
We recover better together.